Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today we shall be discussing Special Ops Lioness Season 2, Episodes 1 through 7. We wanted to kind of get our thoughts in now before we finish the rest of this last 3 episodes. How did Joe start? Where's Joe at right now? How's the season gonna end? That kind of stuff. Anyway, so if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video and comment on the video, share the video, watch the video till the end. Also, it helps out with the algorithm and that sort of thing. Anyway, enjoy the video. Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is going to be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Hello, Taylor Sheridan is clearly the 50 Cent of Paramount, as he just keeps on pumping out these shows. But then I'm gonna say Tyler Perry, because he writes, directs, produces, and stars in his own shows. So he just don't have his own studio. So he's almost at Tyler Perry's level. But as a singular creator, he's definitely at the Tyler Perry level. As we do Lioness Season 2, Jamani started watching it first. So we're gonna let him start. I know, and I was like, I don't know about Season 2, bro. Season 1 left a bad taste in my mouth. But let's talk about it. Jamani, what did you think? Season 2.
I guess Taylor Sheridan probably got outbid for the military base by Cat Williams. Otherwise, he probably have.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I thought this season, it's better than last season, but yet it still has a couple of flaws as far as like with Cruz.
Positives. Positives.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Episode one was a great episodic mission. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of it all, learning more about the, I guess, geopolitical politics of everything going on behind the scenes. Morgan Freeman's character is making house calls now and stuff. I don't.
Michael Jackson impression?
Huh?
You see his Michael Jackson impression?
No.
With the black glove?
That's because
I'm sure that's a medical issue.
Yes, he has nerve damage from his car accident.
Oh, now I feel bad.
Yeah.
Damn it. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I mean, but I love how if we ever act like it's not there, I love it. He's just like, hey, let's keep it moving. I only need one good hand. Anyway, that's a good story. That's a good joke. Anyway, please continue.
Sarah's still got a job, after last week.
That's right. I keep on forgetting every time you make that joke, but you're right. She's back working for JSOC, I guess. But she's in there making money. Love it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't necessarily know what the mission is, but I'm actually invested more this season in the family life, because it ain't all about the kids now. It's just about her and the husband. The kids are just ornamental. Like she's in the hospital, and we didn't even see the kids see her in the hospital. So it was like,
That's true. That's true. All right. So positives. Anything else?
Yeah, give us more episodes like episode 3.
3?
Like 3?
Oh, he's talking about sex scenes.
3.
He's talking about sex scenes. He's talking
about
God,
really?
That's what you're talking about. I hear you, Jamani. Let's be more specific though. Like what part of episode 3? Because I was gonna say give me more episode 1, actually. But I hear you. Actually, they tried this, to your point. They tried a few times with her. Actually, you got a couple of good cheeks in there. And I was like, for no reason. And I was like, all right.
Like there should be some sort of landman crossover with this whole cartel business.
There's actually no cartel in that show. But I hear you. There could have been more. That could be possible, since there's been a lot of time in Texas actually. So I was thinking about that. But come on, let's get to Kim. Kim, what's your thoughts on this season?
Episode 1 was fire. And then it kind of went downhill from there.
So let's focus on 1. I agree with you. So let's focus on episode 1 and why it was so great.
It had action. It was action packed. It was realistic. It was Taylor Sheridan was in episode 1, right?
Yeah, 1 and 2.
I love seeing him. I love seeing him in it because I was like, this man is doing it all, right? And his writing is not corny. It's not repetitive. It's natural. It's normal, right? And I just enjoyed it. I like that the brotherhood between all of them. They just the way that they are, like they BS with each other, but at the end of the day, they love each other, right? They are a family for sure. You see that, you feel that. And I go with her little self, just trying to. She's the boss, right? And I love Jo and the way she carries herself. I really enjoyed the whole mission because as stuff was going wrong. Oh, what is that guy's name? What was his name?
Kyle, the blonde.
Kyle.
Killing it.
He was like, okay, all right, so we can't do it this way. Let's do it this way. All right, we got this. We got that. Okay, let's do it. I was like, that's how you do it. You just to me, and I know it's gonna sound bad, but to me, he's a better leader than Jo. Because Jo is very emotional, as women are, right? And I'm not knocking my gender. I love my gender. But the way that they've written Jo, she's very, very emotional, especially now, right now, when her girls are like becoming teenagers, right? And she's second guessing her career, that kind of thing. She wants to spend time with her husband. She loves him dearly. So it's a lot going on. And I understand that, but Kyle is like right on it. He's just right there. And I love that Taylor Sheridan's character is right there with them. Like, okay, what do we got to do? What do we got to, like when they had to go to the water, and he was like, okay, so it's going to be, what did he say? Over the water or under the water?
Yeah, it's 9 feet over or 9 feet over, then the drop. It kind of reminds you of Lethal Weapon. It's 1, 2, 3, then go, or we go on 3. It's like 1, 2, 3. It's like it's gonna be not. It's like that kind of banter. It was that kind of banter. Like let's just see what happens. We're going anyway, but let's just see how this goes.
Yeah. I really like that. So I thought that was fire. So episode 1, and they could have, for me, you could have made this a 1 through 4 and done. Just finish, act like a British show. Just get an A, and then you end with D or something, right? So I thought that they should have done that, but they kind of made this whole thing, and they brought back the chick from the last season. I was like, I don't want to see her again. Like, honestly,
so, positives.
Oh, okay. Well, then we have to stick to episode 1 because I thought it was really good. Yeah.
All right, so let's. This is such a dope ass series. Please go longer than an hour. I think we got enough material to go longer than an hour, and we thank you for saying hi to us, and we appreciate you. I agree. I agree with Kim and Jamani said the same thing. That first mission could easily been a movie, a 90-minute. Action-packed, understandable movie, and it could have been a season. And they actually advertised it as the season. A U.S. senator is kidnapped on American soil, and we got to go get her back. That was the commercial for this whole season, and I thought that was going to be the season, right? And then to your point, Kim, it was a simple mission: cartel kidnap senator, go to Mexico. Get the senator. This is not hard. Then it was election is coming up. We don't know what time of year it is right now, but elections are coming up. We need big trophies. Okay, we go in, get the senator, tie the cartel to the Mexican government. That was the other part. They must have done it with the Mexican governments, right? So we got Mexico government. So tie them to the Mexican government, and it's a win for everybody. that easily could have took 4 or 5 episodes. You get to Mexico, you figure out where she's at. There's no way in the world you know all this right now. You figure out who's holding her. You break in, you get her, you rescue her. Then she says, get the people that killed my family. No problem. That's the next 5 episodes. We're going back because then she said we're going on offense now. Okay, so now we're taking it to the cartel, right? So that's the next 5 episodes, and we get the senior Mexican military officer, and then save the day, and we get the Chinese for some bullshit reason. Like, let's leave the Chinese out of it because that was stupid. Let's just leave that out of it. Let's just Mexico. Let's just focus on Mexico. That could have been a 10 episode season, solid. And like, no, they did it in 38 minutes, no commercials. I was like, word. like then we get okay, positives. It's definitely could have been a movie, absolutely. They were like the Duke boys in that that's Suburban. Yo, it was epic. They were like, pull it out when they stopped and was like, we're gonna take down 15 cars by ourselves. I was like,
yep.
Every action scene was awesome. Even that fake ass a fight in Iraq where the helicopter came in, like that was awesome. Like Taylor knows how to do big action pieces. Like that's consistent. This season had far more action than season 1. Every episode had something going on, big explosions, firefights, everything. So it kept you engaged. If you just cut your brain off after episode 1 and you don't think about what they're talking about dialogue wise, just focus on the action scenes, like you'll be all right. And then but that for also Kim, we talked Kyle is the show. He was season 1 and he is season 2. Because in season 1, we said that his mission in the like episode 4 or 5, remember when he had to stop those suicide bombers? I was like, that should have been the season.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, but then they tried to make that this season with suicide bombers.
Well, no, I mean, to your point, they brought it back again. But I'm like, the fact that Kyle is the lead, because someone in the survey group said you need a man. Like, Zoe, you're awesome, but you need a man to do man shit. And Kyle is that dude. I'm like, he commanded the situation, like, right, Kim? Like it was him and it was Cody.
Yeah.
And Joe
had those two together, they were like the Duke boys for sure.
Right.
And then I like the way that they bounced, the way they talk to each other, the communication for me, because when those two communicate, the guys in the back get it. Like all they do is listen to those two guys, and then it clicks for the ones in the back, and they just do what they're told. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even need to be told. It's like, we're gonna do this. Boom, got it. Right. So I like that about them. And I'm not saying that Joe, I think that more so because the show is called Lioness, right? They have to have Zoe be a leader in some fashion, right?
Yeah.
And I understand that. But at the same time, I feel like she was much more emotional in this season than she was last season, right? And she was so angry in this season. Like, it was like, sweetheart, you have to check your emotions at the door. Like, calm down. You're in a man's world. Unfortunately, that's true. She chose to be in this man's world, right? Because that's just the honest God truth about being in the military. It's a man's world, right? She even if you pay attention, like I paid attention to something you guys don't, the outfits, right? Her hair is always pulled back in a ponytail. So is Nicole Kidman's, if we really want to go there. And then they're wearing pantsuits. That is a strategy that all women do when they are surrounded by men. They work, most of the time these jobs are done by men. They have to seem a little bit more masculine in front of these men in order to really like have them show all, respect to them, even a little bit of respect, right? Because you're standing in a dress, you guys are men. When a woman's in a dress, it's a whole different picture that you see, right? But she's wearing these masculine, but they're feminine suits, but it's meant to be. I'm masculine, right? I'm not here, to be pretty, right? So I like that about it, but at the same time, I think that her emotion in this, it can't continue. If they're gonna have a season 3, they have to calm that down.
No,
So,
I disagree. I think it's the inverse. I think it's if they're gonna do a season 3, they're making inroads for this to be like the transitional season where she's highly emotional. The higher ups are saying we want you to stay in the office or in the barracks or whatever because you've been injured, and just saddle her, stringline her, so that she's just calling the shots to people that are out in the field.
So now you're turning this in the homeland. You're turning this in the now she's Claire. I think that was her name from Homeland. That's what you're doing.
I guess, but I'm like, she's not necessarily sleeping with an operative. Or
it's not the emotionally unstable of a highly smart case officer who does everything from the office. That's Homeland.
I think no. I think there's a difference between being emotional or empathetic, sympathetic, as opposed to bipolar disorder.
No, but see, okay. Anyway, so real quick. It's still episode 1. Kyle showing how he should lead this show. Same way we thought about Morris Chestnut in Reasonable Doubt. Like, put Jax aside and let Morris Chestnut take over the show. Because after the mission was done and they saved the senator and fucking Joe punches Kyle to be like, I told you. And he's like, you got one more time. And she hit him again and he put her down. I was like, know your place, right? Like, don't put hands unless you're ready for the hands. You know what I'm saying? And that fight was over. That fight was fucking over.
Because
like she was like,
that's something that women, I don't know, a lot of women somehow think they're just as strong as men. You're not. A man will knock you out. So you need to calm down. Why would you hit? This is the thing. Don't hit a man and think that they won't hit you back, because they will, right? They just will.
But I love the fact, even with him, he was like, you're going through some stuff right now. Yeah. You calm that down. And she was like, and that was it. What did he tell her? Go call your family. And what did she do? Go call her family. like you take that, you talk to your dad, talk to your husband, talk to your kids, but I am not the one. And they went back to work, and that was it, right? And I'm like, yes, Joe, true. Her emotion, she did too much. She did too fucking much, because when she got with the JSOC guys, and they were in episode 2, and they were like, hey, we have a Lioness candidate for you. And she's like, you said I pick my assets. You don't pick my assets. I'm like, shut all the fuck up. Because where was this energy during the firefight, right? Then we fast forward in the same episode when she goes sees Josephina, as Kyle refers to her, and she goes off there. I'm the biggest dick in this business. Wherever I go, I'm the top officer. Shut the fuck up. Like, no one's arguing with you. They're just like, why are you screaming?
Yeah.
Why are you screaming? None of them were trying to disrespect her. They were trying to help her, really. This is not helpful. This is not helpful. She wakes up in the hospital and she's like punching the entire. What are you doing? Like, you were not behind enemy lines, bitch. Like, you knew. They told you were going to Walter Reed. They told you were going to a medical hospital for care. Why are you waking up swinging on everybody? What the fuck are we trying to achieve with this? Like, none of this is cool. This is not Colombiana. Like, Colombiana, she was an ass kicker. And that made sense for the character, for the movie.
Yeah.
This is not it. You look unstable. You look unstable, period. And I don't want to go through, the door with you at all, because when the bullets start flying, you're behind the man every single time. Like, and they're the ones doing the shooting. So what the like, I was like, shut the fuck up, Joe. Sit your ass down and go take care of them kids. Like, hey, Jabari, we were talking about tell about the lemonade stand.
First off, kids are selling drawings instead of lemonade now. Like, I didn't know that was a thing, but
they're slinging drawings now.
I didn't get that either. I was like, wait, what? Like, I know on my block, no, it was not that. It was like lemonade or lemon ice or something like that, or candy.
Are you selling cookies or something?
Yeah. No.
But all right, so she's not going to be the parent who's, because the other parent is MIA or in the house or whatever. She's not going to be the parent that's there for the child. No, I'm just going to stalk the child from the car. Like, what? And then the kid goes into the RV and she's whipping out the gun or whatever, and then says nothing about, don't go with strangers. What? Oh, well, they bought a drawing of mine, so they're not strangers anymore. No, I think we need to have a serious talk about what strangers actually mean. The mother comes out, doesn't tell her anything about what the hell just happened, just leaves the kid there. I'm like,
what?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me either. I was like, first off, I would have casually, without my gun, run up to the van, because the slower she was, the easier they could have just took off, right? If my son is in a van that is now closed, how the door is going to open, right? I would have been running. So I didn't get that part. And then once the little girl was safe and everything like that, and also too, didn't make any sense that those people asked the little girl to get into that van. Made no goddamn sense. No. So I was like, this is ridiculous, right? Why did you even add this layer to Joe, right? And then when the woman who's actually helping the kids, right? I had to go inside for about 5 minutes. Well, look, your 5 minutes can be a kidnapper's second to grab your kid. Right. So if you got to go in the house, everybody needs to go in the house. Right. And then when you come back out, everybody comes back out. Right. But no, even when Joe walked away and was like, okay, the woman went back in the house. So the kids were by themselves. I was like, what are you doing? People always have this misconception that because they live in a certain neighborhood, that nothing can happen to their kids. That is not true. You can live in a bad neighborhood, something happens to your kid. You can live in the best neighborhood and something will happen to your kid. So I was like, neither one of these mothers were doing their job. Neither one of them. Joe was impulsive, and then the other mother was just like, hey, I'm here for, to look cute, and hi, mommy. I was like, no. Take your behind.
So Joe, but to your point, Joe's the one that saw the danger, and like you said, should have told this parent what happened. Yeah. Also, please note, little girl who saw the 9 come out didn't say anything. Like, she just didn't see this woman run up with the gun on, will shoot these people. Like, daughter wouldn't went home because clearly she ain't ready to be outside. You going home to daddy, and I'm gonna tell daddy what happened. And where were you, daddy? That you need to be watching this girl, because she ain't gonna do no more lemonade stands or cartoon stands or whatever the hell.
I guess he was cooking, because we had to see how bad she was at that multiple times, right?
I love it. Again, Taylor is trying to do the role reversal, right? It's the woman who's not domestic, but the man is, and that kind of stuff. True, her emotions were running high, and tone and volume. There's a time and a place, and it was always the wrong time and the wrong place that she was yelling at people. Like, it just didn't make any sense. I never paid attention to that. They don't wear makeup, earrings, or anything that makes them look feminine. It's funny you should bring that up, because when Joe went ops in episode 1, machine gun in hand, military gear. Please note, like, the 5 earrings she got in her ear. I'm like, you should probably take those out. That's probably not very tactical. Like, she was, but yeah, always pantsuits with both of them. With her, and so
no. In this episode, she did still have the 5 in her ear. But they're not they're not like this. Like, they're not dangling. They're there, but they're not
it don't scream we're about to go undercover. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But no, I mean, she's still, but you're right though. Pantsuits is more professional. But again, this constant, that was real cocky. I mean, I would try. I want them to do more character development on her. Something else is going on. If they were trying to get to, again, the where of the job is getting to her, and that's why she's snapping, right? If it was Neil and the pressures at home are starting to impact at work, that's something. But now it just seems like I'm the big woman in the room, and I got to prove that every time anything happens. And I'm like, it's not a good look. Even if a man was doing it, it wouldn't be a good look. Like, why are you screaming at everybody? Like, it don't. But
no. But why did she do this whole? Do you love America? Because if you just say you love America, then you're willing to die for America. What?
Like, that's not. Also, you're talking to. So okay, so now we get to Josephina, and this is very important for us to remember. Joe chose this asset. She chose this asset after she yelled at the JSOC guys who gave her a validated person, and she shitted on them. Then she got a briefing from Kyle, the real boss, I guess, and he was like, "Hey," and she was like, "We're flying to Iraq to meet this woman tonight." Like, she picked Josephina. Then for the rest of the season, she's like, I was stuck with it. I don't know. I had to make the best of a bad situation. I mean, what do you want me to do? You picked this bitch. Like, you picked her. She had no spy training. She had no fucking undercover experience. Apparently, she had no fighting experience. But you think that she's going to go home, get her dad to introduce her to her uncle, who's going to introduce her to a Chinese officer that we never saw, and then she's going to kill this officer? What? I'm like, this is the stupidest storyline I've ever heard. And then that turned into, now we're killing Chinese scientists who are coming to Tehran to help Iran build a nuclear weapon? What the fuck are we doing? Like, how did we get here? Like, what happened to the cartel? Like, what happened to that? What happened to the senator and the dead son and the dead husband and avenging that?
You want me? I got the answer.
Okay.
The dad knows all of this. He has to, because they said, you've been with us for days and you haven't asked us anything about what's going on. I don't matter.
What? Oh, you talking about Josephina's dad?
Yeah.
Well, no, he was saying that he was trying to say that you know that you're guilty. Even that, he's a monster. Cruz. Okay. Why
is Cruz like basically like does she turn women lesbian or
no?
Like,
she got the gaydar. Like she got she got that big stud energy that just makes women go, you know what? I'm giving up the draws today.
But okay. So if we're gonna talk about that, I just didn't think this was necessary. But I saw it coming a mile away. I saw it coming when she first sat down and talked to her to try to get to know her and try to probe what was in her head. I was like, oh, they're gonna end up fucking. I was so mad. I was like, this pissed me off. I was like, we don't always need to show lesbians being lesbians. They can just be soldiers. Like, stop it. I was
like the other girl that's in the background.
Yeah, the one and the other girl, I really truly didn't think that it was necessary, that we needed to know that she used to like penis, and one of the penises she used to like is actually, working with her, and so she has to keep kicking him just for being a man or being a person, right? Because now she prefers the other side. Why do we need this storyline? Why do we need that banter?
Okay, Kim. See, it's interesting you see it from that point, because I took it as harassment, because this guy's always like, you love that dick, didn't you? I don't need no dick. Like, none of this, to your point, none of this is necessary.
None of this is necessary.
None of it, because to me, this border on damn near harassment to be like, oh, you taking that dick before, huh? Like, why are we doing this, right? But y'all, when they didn't even
get fired from the Secret Service, I mean not Secret Service, but like special ops for sexual harassment, like is that like a thing?
Is that a thing? Yes. Like, I mean, they're in the military, so I thought that was, but like when they didn't do it previously on when the season started, I was like, okay, that's a done storyline, and now we're moving on to something new. I was like, okay. Then they bring back Cruz, which, by the way, made no damn sense the first time she was here. Yep. She had no spy experience. She had no language experience. They gave her no spy experience or language experience, and she was supposed to go undercover. And she ultimately killed an old man in the kitchen trying to get some cake, and she just happened to kill him. And that's how the season ended. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So then now she's a sniper. Now she's an amateur case officer, because now she's in the head of Josephina. Like, you know what? You know how you get someone to flip. How do you know any of this shit? And like, why are you doing this and not Joe? Why are you training her? What? Wait, fuck it. Then we're gonna ruin Josephina's military career publicly. So then she can go home, talk to daddy, talk to uncle, get to the Chinese officer, right? They never even tried. As soon as she gets home, it's, hey, can we sleep in the twin bedroom? Stop it. Do you live in a house or a hotel? Because what house has 2 queen-size beds in it?
No, it's a mansion, David. Why did they need to sleep in the same fucking room?
Wait, but I'm saying it shouldn't even exist. Like, it shouldn't even exist, because no house has 2 queen-size beds in it.
Well, no. That could exist, because it could be guest rooms, right? You can have family members who come, and maybe there's kids, and you put them have 2 beds in the room. You could do that.
They wouldn't typically be 2 queen size.
Yeah, I disagree. That was a perfect setup so they could be in the room, to your point, so they could be in the room together. And then eventually, I thought she was gonna get the draws then. That's what I thought. And then daddy was right when he was like, they only let lesbians into the army, and you smell like a lesbian. And I was like, yeah, you're good, because she actually is. And then all of a sudden she was like, hey girl, you want to see these fingers? I was like, why are we doing this? I don't even know why this is happening. And then they in the bed, the whole crew is in the house, and she's like, you want to lick it? No, I want to touch it a little bit. Why is this happening right now? This is not the time to be getting draws. Let's go kill some Chinese scientists that we never saw. Then you get draws. Like this.
Why was the whole crew in the house to begin with? This was wait. Let's back it up to cartel is led by the Chinese because they're trying to get oil from Mexico. Okay. Then there's a U.S. election. Who's the president? Who's running for office? What month is it that we know we're prepping for this election? Like, we know none of this. Like, this is what should have been. America is working an oil deal with Mexico. China is trying to disrupt said oil deal because they want to establish an oil export with Mexico. So they said, we're going to use the cartel to kidnap the senator and And now it's making sense. And then at the end of the season, America establishes the deal with Mexico because China was secretly put away. And damn it, let's get to this silly shit. Wait, before you go on to
what?
They should bring the senator back. Like, something blows up and all right, this senator is the one who can approve this, and this is the senator we saved in the first episode.
I like where you're going with this. So let's say the senator becomes the new head of the CIA, and therefore she approves all these dumbass missions because she was saved by Joe and them. So she's like, here's a blank check, and y'all just keep on running these silly Lioness operations. Like, one, recruit somebody that actually has some skills. I was like, because this don't make any kind of sense. But I do want to get to the DEA agent. Another wasted time. This guy shows up.
Miguel Alvarez from Oz.
Yeah, I good for you. I did not know that. But
Gutierrez. His name is Gutierrez in the movie.
But he goes nowhere. Goes nowhere. They waterboard him. They beat his ass for some reason. And then in the end, they go, yeah, you're right. Let's just work this out together. Let's just do that. What? You made no effort to pull his file before this? Before you went on 2 missions for him? What? And then suicide bombers led by armed UAVs. What? Like, no, it must have been Iran. Now we got Iran involved. I'm like, how do we get Iran counterintelligence? How did you get there? Like, Taylor is just writing shit. Like, he's like, wait, guys, I got an idea. Episode 6, Taylor wrote it in the dialogue. When Morgan Freeman is like, I don't even know how we got here. We're so far off from what the first mission was.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like they're speaking for us to go, how the fuck did we get here? Because this don't make any kind of sense. We still have not seen the Chinese military officer that's in charge of Mexico. We only got pictures of the Chinese and scientists, and we don't even know why they're there. They could be doing peaceful nuclear research. And if you kill them and you make it public, that's World War III, because China will be pissed and they got nukes. And then we're going to be having a whole other problem. So I'm not even sure how this makes any sense to anybody. And you know she's not saying, oh, wait. Jemani wanted to talk about the vehicles, because this also pissed me off. Please hold. All right.
No. I'll let you take all that, because that was you. With the,
okay. So I'm not a huge military person. I'm not. I mean, but I know the difference between an Apache and a Black Hawk. So Josephina is an Apache pilot. They said this like 10 times, right? This is an Apache. Okay. This is an attack helicopter. This is not in Lioness season 2 or even Lioness season 1. This was an Apache, looks like. This is a Black Hawk. This is what she's flying. She's flying Black Hawks, okay? Which is a very, very, very big difference, okay? So know what vehicle you're fucking flying. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. Like me, and then even this episode 7, we could get an Apache. And Joe's like, you know what? I got a pilot. So are we actually going to see Apache next episode, or are we going to see another Black Hawk? Because what?
Depends on what the budget provides for.
I think Cruz is going to be on. Cruz is coming on the mission. She needs to take a bullet. I need her to die for her new lover. That's what I need. I need her to be like, it's okay, baby. Go on. I know you're pregnant. I'm not sure how that's possible, but I know you're pregnant. And just name the baby after me. Shit. Like I did. That's what I need. That's what I need right now to make any of this shit worth it. Because I'm like, why are we doing any of this? Also, I thought the other lesbian was going to get some draws. I thought they were going to spread the draws. That's what I thought.
But the way okay, so this is the thing. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could ask my son. But when the daughter was like freaking out when she first got there, and she had all this anxiety meeting the team and all that stuff, and then she was looking around in the military. Now this girl's supposedly been in the military for a long time. Why was she so shocked about where they were sleeping in the bathroom?
I don't know.
Because I am absolutely sure that there are times when they can't separate the two. Now, I'm not saying this is a good thing, because there's a lot of rapes that go on in the military, men and women, right?
Yes.
But I'm just saying that why was she like, oh my God, is there some way I can be alone? Sweetheart, you're in the military. I don't know how, and deployed. Is there
okay. So no, I mean, both of your point, she at some point she should see the penis. Like, so it really shouldn't be that shocking, but they do separate them. Like, they can sleep together, but they can't shower together. That's not a thing. But that's not, so that's not really a thing. But to the point that she's supposed to be this hardened Iraqi, veteran, right? She was acting like a newbie the entire time. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, what? And then the way, my dad was a strong man and all of that, right? But there was never a time where I'm physically shaking just to talk to my father. Like, she was like,
what? I don't.
Well, did you see how many times he slapped her?
Well, no, that's before that. That's before that. That's before. I mean, he was.
But she must have known he had the propensity.
You do that. You say that, but then Cruz asked her, and she said that was her first time, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, she said that. She did.
That doesn't make that kind of violence. He's done that before. Y'all crack me up. We tried. I'm surprised there were no cameras in the bedrooms. So you're correct again. They were like, oh, the cartel knows everything. The house is under surveillance. You would think there would have been cameras in the bedroom because the cartel wants to know what's going on in the house, but that never turned out to be anything. What did you think of the which father? Are you talking about Josephina's father? And his whole like women should be in the military speech? He gave a lot of speeches.
He said women shouldn't be in the military.
So depends on which part of the military, but I'm saying, so I need to specify which speech. I thought if you're talking about Josephina's father, I mean, he was speaking from his heart. I don't know. I mean, he again. So specify which speech you were particularly talking about, and then we can give that mom had to go pop some Xannies. They did give her the bubbly white woman thing. I get that, but again, we should know who she is by now. If you're gonna be hanging out with my child, and the children are important at the dinner table. So the part about the lesbians and everything, or he said a lot of things at dinner. So women in the military, we was talking about there's women and gays in the military. At that point, when he was like, it should be about men and that kind of thing, and the military's gone to shit and that sort of thing. From his perspective, I could see him saying that. I felt like he was disrespecting his daughter and to an extent, but he was like, men need to be men and that sort of thing. And I think that's why they made sure Cruz was the one there, being the hard lesbian who stood up to him eventually and whooped his ass to save her new girlfriend or whatever. Where's the mama? I don't know. I feel like the mama should have been more involved in this. Like, I didn't see no mama to be like even trying to save her daughter or being like, I always knew. He's a bit much. I don't think we're going to see him again, and he's certainly not going to be as relevant as he was supposed to be because he was supposed to flip and that sort of thing. So again, a wasted character and wasted time for the most part. The maid was also wasted time. Like why are we doing any of this? Like we got more important things to do. I wanted
Nicole Kidman to be doing some
interrogations.
Yeah, some like she's just sitting talking with him. I thought she was going to get her hands dirty the way that she came in there.
You know what? It's funny you should bring that up. When the DEA officer was being waterboarded and she walks in and she throws her ID card badge on the table, I was like, oh, she about to do some shit, and nothing. Like she was just, hey, how you doing? I'm not sure why you got to take your badge off of that, but she was like, I'm not CIA anymore. I'm getting my hand. She didn't do nothing. I'm like, what are we doing with this? I don't know. Was it foreshadowing for the season or just? I think it's just a long speech. I think you're giving Taylor too much credit, to be real. We don't know where the season is going to end. They could be taking down aliens by episode 10. I'm open to anything. I'm open to somehow North Korea is going to get involved, and somehow they got aliens. Like somebody, it's legit. Like that now. That's who's invading America and like secret invasion. That's I'm ready for it. Taylor, I don't know. Wait a minute. Cattle. So the cartel have been using cattle to move their fentanyl into America. So they're going to have a herd of cows that they're going to march up through Texas, and they're going to stop by the 4-6s. Okay. So they're going to have to keep the cattle there. Right. So that's how the 4-6s gets involved. Right. That's what's going to happen. Then Rick shows up because he's going to buy the cattle, not knowing there's fentanyl in the cattle. And he's going to take them up to the Yellowstone. There you go. And then the DEA is going to take the Yellowstone because they don't realize, they think there's drugs on the thing. Somehow Beth is going to get involved. Beth is going to join the CIA, and she's going to become a case officer.
No.
Joke is running around yelling at men for like season 3 because she ain't got no job.
I'm like, if you want this show to end, all you have to have is Dale meet Dale. Like all of the versions from the Taylor universe, they just meet together, and he's
and the series just implodes. It just implodes. It's like, oh shit, it's him 5 times. Oh, add the landman with the that's what we talked. So then somehow, oh shit, you are right. So Monty, his oil company is in fact about to be bought by the Chinese. And there you go. So somehow his oil company and somehow Tommy has been working with the cartel that stole the senator. Yes. And he don't know that. But somehow it's all connected. So they're going to kidnap his daughter. Yes. And then they're going to kidnap Joe's daughter. Oh, that's nothing. Thank you. I reminded myself. It really, oh my God. Episode 3 was Jemani Love.
Wait. Before you get to that, right? I just thought about it.
What's up?
She says in this episode, oh, I'm going to talk about my job one time or whatever. There was a girl that was like the age of the younger daughter, and the suicide bomber, detonated and whatever happened, right? I'm like, it would have made more sense if she was stalking her daughter after that as opposed to before that.
You are correct. Also, there's no, as sad as it looked, there was nothing about that scene that necessarily screamed sex trafficking. Every single day, people are crossing the border in droves, men, women, everyone. There was nothing about this particular setup that said there were going to be sex toys. I'm like, how did you even get there? And then they're herding these sex toys just randomly across the border. Like, don't you think that someone bought them so they're on a truck? Is a very specific like cargo. Like it didn't, but she was just trying to put it in the. And again, you're doing nothing to stop that. You're about to go kill nuclear scientists in Iran. That has nothing to do with that poor little girl or what happened to her.
She said it. She said, "I can't stop on an L. I have to get a win."
So this is really about her ego. She goes, "I can't stop, won't stop." And the plane. Look, I told Giovanni, like the plane didn't even come back. Like I'm very upset that Landman has not brought back the cartel. So I'm hoping that somehow they connect. Anyway, let me get back to the daughter. Okay, so the oldest daughter, if you remember, last season almost ended up being a teenage mother because she was getting that dick, right? Right, and we were like, why is this happening? I don't even know. But we remember this. So in season 2, episode 3, when said almost teenage mother walks in on parents getting it in, and she's like, "Oh my God, a penis! What is sex, mommy?" I'm like, "What the fuck are we doing right now? Like this, none of this is necessary." She's like, "I just learned doggy style from you. Apparently, you knew it last year when you were getting that dick, weren't you? So I don't need any of this." Okay, what you learned is that we believe in condoms. That's what you need to be taken away from this scene, okay? Because you take that raw dick. So we need to cut all of this out. Like I was irritated.
I think Taylor Sheridan sent a copy of that episode over to Tate on Yellowstone, and that's why he's grossed out every episode.
Yo. He's trying to do the same things, but it's not making sense. Because if Tate got a girl pregnant and he was acting this way, it was just too much. She is too old and obviously experienced to be acting this way. And we spent way too long on this scene.
As we said, it should have been the younger daughter. It would have made way more sense. And
that would have been traumatic.
But yeah, they're like, we don't have anything for the older daughter this season, so give her that.
We've all said it. We all said the kids need to be kidnapped. Or they don't need to be here. Like they need to be kidnapped by now. Also, wait. What's up?
What about? I think her husband's name is Neil, right?
Neil.
Okay. So what about when he was at work operating on somebody, and then I think he figured out that she had cancer, and he was like cutting into her, and like somebody didn't give him the correct information, or he didn't read something correctly, and then the woman dies. And I was like, is this gonna come back? Like he didn't tell Joe, he didn't tell his wife what happened. But I feel like he didn't tell her because of she's going through what she's going through. But it's gonna come back on him for sure. He's gonna get like malpractice or something.
No.
Go ahead, Jamani.
I'm like, I thought I was watching another show. I was like, what? When did this become Grey's Anatomy? Like, what the hell? Who got shot? What happened? Like, I had no idea what happened when it came back from commercial. Like, and then it went nowhere. I mean, it can't go anywhere. We didn't see anything leading up to the surgery.
Nope.
Or after the surgery.
This is nothing.
It was just a scene they threw in there.
So Jamani said there's probably more to it, but they cut it for time. And all we're seeing is the surgery, but because he picked up a letter and kept walking. Like, what did the letter mean? Like, so I was like, no, it's not coming. It's not coming back. They did the same thing last year. They're trying to give him a storyline outside of Joe, and I get that, right? But you're not connecting the dots. He's a child surgeon. Like that's supposed to be a kid on the table. So I'm like, what kid was he operating on? Because he had to go tell the parents, right? Like your child died, but he should have been operating, like you said, he should have called Joe, and she's like, "Baby, I gotta go save America." And he's like, "I just had a little girl die." And now she's helping him. Like, now you're making it relevant, right? Like, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But he should have operated on Joe. When for the record, because I was really bad at this, She got shot in her stomach near her hip because she picked up her vest and that's where the hole was. Then that turns into my lung is collapsing and I'm having a full conversation. Don't make any sense. Help me, pilot, unpuncture my lung. What? Then that turns into, no, your cell phone exploded and somehow it hit your chest. So now it's up here under her breast. And she's, I was like, what happened to the hole down near her liver? Like, I saw the hole. Like, what happened to that? And then, what?
You didn't see that, David. You did not see that. No, that didn't happen.
Hey, wait. All that being said, Neil should have been the one operating on her. Somehow, he's the only surgeon there. He's the only one who knows this procedure. And he's the one operating on her to make him relevant. And then after the surgery, he's like, you got to stop this shit, baby. I had to come in and save your life. And she's like, America. And then she just walks out. And he's like, what? Huh? He's like, no, I'm doing it for the kids.
I took this oath before I took vows to you.
What the? This season needs to end with Neil leaving her a note that says, if you read this, I'm divorcing you and I'm taking the kids because I've been fucking the nurse for a while and we actually gonna roll. Because remember last year when they had an open relationship, kind of like Reasonable Doubt, right?
Yeah.
Let's get back to that. Like, I'm leaving you for Dr. So-and-so because she's here and she listens and the kids like her. And that gives us to season 3 when like Joe uses her quick reaction force to kill this bitch.
Let's take it back to
that's what I need. Let's take
it back to episode 3 again, right? I has nothing really to do with anything, but I just like the fact that he was like, so we could finish, right? Like we already got caught. Like, might as well just finish.
Jamani, I hear you, bro. I know what you're trying to say. One day, they're really gonna get it in. I was surprised that they're making more of an effort to show her having sex. Like they're definitely making more of an effort to show her.
I think it's more so to just show that couple they're still in love. Like they're still crazy about each other. That's what I think. To show, because last season we didn't get all of this. Like they were always arguing, they were always fighting. Yes. And this season they are trying to work it out. So this is what they're trying to show us, that they are trying to save their marriage this time.
So the almost accidental death of the daughter has brought the family closer together, but yet, her almost death or medical crisis is drawing them further apart.
Well, they haven't really addressed it. Is the point like to be like, oh, again, she was supposed to have a baby. What happened to the guy that made the baby? Like none of this was kind of explained. Like they're just moving on. Like she's back in high school, type of thing. So I don't. It's almost like they forgot about that particular part. But there was signs where like they're just showing her body, like when she was getting dressed in Mexico, and they made a point of showing her ass cheeks when she pulling her pants up. I'm like, this is not necessary. Like Josephina, when she was in the shower, just titties out. I'm like, this is unnecessary. Like why are we doing this? And
that's what Taylor wrote on paper. So
what's up?
That's Taylor. Taylor wrote that. So why is Taylor?
So I'm like, Taylor,
what are we doing that?
What are we trying to achieve, bro? But again,
what we're trying to achieve is the reason why you pay money for
Paramount Plus
as opposed to watching Paramount Network.
So there's a time and a place and a reason. Anyway, I thought to mix it up again, Cruz did not have to come back. So said Josephina lesbian could have got with the team lead, and that would have been fine. Like, just I don't need Cruz back. It's just irritating me. I want more Nicole Kidman's husband. I do like him, and you're right. He's a good. If Nicole Kidman was showing Joe like this is what happens when you put job over couple, like we're just partners. Like there's very little love here. Like we're just committed to the game. And you're like, we sacrificed so much, was really a sacrifice. And then Joe goes, I don't want that. Like I want us to.
Do they have kids though? Because I think that was a big thing about Neil is like, oh well, I'm not going to tell the kids this or that for you. You need to do that. Why am I the one who has to have all the difficult conversations or whatever? Even though he basically said, the kids, won't give a shit if you die, but I'll be over if that happens.
Well, not okay. That's not what he said. Like what he said was they're strong. They're strong enough that they can move on. I'm gonna be hurt. Like that's. I'm not saying they didn't give a shit. It's not saying context. But my point is like if she looked at herself and be like, we didn't have kids. We chose the job. We chose CIA. We chose whatever a husband does. Like we chose that. But you have a family. Like you can save yourself. Even the Michael Kelly's character. Like he got a family and kids, and he tries to balance it out, right? Like, and he's like, stay behind the desk, like that kind of conversation. But she's like, no, I'm gonna be committed to the cause. This is my first time watching Lioness. So, see, shit. Just watch the first episode of season 2. Like, I feel like you will be all right. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on, Motown. I'm telling you, and you're gonna be confused because season 1 was a waste of time. Like season 2 is better because there's more action, but season 1 at least stayed on target. And the target
season 1 was a better story. There's more action in season 2.
Yes, season 1 stayed consistent, but you didn't know the target really until the end, which is silly. But at least they stayed focused. The same mission in episode 1 was the same mission in episode 10. They were focused, right? This is all over the place, but far more action. Just watch Kyle. Like Kyle needs his own show. I'm praying that Taylor goes, you know what, we're stepping it up, and he gets his own show, Lions or something. Like I don't know, like he starts his own thing, and then I will watch that. But he's definitely the shining light in the show. And Zoe's a great actor. I mean, they're all good actors. And she's executive producer, so it's really irritating how crazy her character has gotten, and she has a lot more input into this show than most actors, and so it's just really confusing to me.
Is Nicole Kidman's husband? He's like he works for DEA, right?
No.
He's a lawyer. He's a lawyer.
He's some kind of advisor, investor, something, but he's not government.
He's an investment lawyer. He's a lawyer. Yeah. There you
go. Okay. So that's why he was when in first episode he was like, think China, look at investments. Like he's that kind of influencer type of guy. Like he has his ear to the ground and he knows what's going on, that kind of stuff. So that's why they're a power couple or whatever. So that that's something. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is this doing. And I'm just trying to figure out if Cruz and Josephina are gonna have a love scene when it's all over. Like I feel like they got 3 more episodes. I feel like they're gonna get it in somehow.
They're gonna finish what they started.
Oh, they're gonna have to do something, right? They're gonna have to finish that up. And I'm like, I don't know why this is even happening. It hurts me. It's not that if it makes sense and it helps the story get from point A to point B, I don't have a problem with it. It just seemed it came out of nowhere. It just truly came out of nowhere. And if she was like, I'm giving you the draws because you saved me from getting my butt whooped by my dad. Okay, that happened. Okay, all right, that's something, I guess. But I'm like, give me something. I just don't know. She was like, she's like, she ain't got a lot of options. I don't know. I don't know. It's going too far. All right. Jermaine will talk after this. All right, Kim. Anything else for Lioness?
No, not really. I mean, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed episode 1. I just want Joe to calm down. I want other than that, I don't know. I mean, I'll keep watching because I've already watched 7 episodes, but they need to do something to get this ending together and figure out what story they're trying to tell, because it's all over the place right now. It really is. So, but I did enjoy Nicole Kidman with her husband, because last season it seemed like they were at odds with each other, right? It didn't seem like they meshed together very well, but they do in this season, right? So, because I even like the part where they had a dinner date. The husband figures out, it's not really a romantic dinner date. It's a couple date, right? But they're going to be talking business. Yeah. So he was like, all right, cool. All right, we can do this. And he does what she asked him to do, which is like, talk to that person while I talk to this person and try to get them to do what I would need them to do, right? So I was like, this is cool. So I like that about them, that they're, and you can tell he's much older than her, or supposed to be much older than her. And I thought that was because sometimes it's okay for you to have an older person as your spouse, because I think Nicole Kidman couldn't be with someone her own age, her character. You know what I mean? It's too much for someone her age. But him as an older person and as a lawyer and a professional person, he can handle, her leaving and going all over the world and that kind of thing. So, yeah, other than that, I mean, the whole lesbian thing is not necessary, but I guess we have to have it. The whole nude scenes, not necessary. Now, I don't know how many times are we going to see Zoe and Neil get it in. I don't know why we need this. But okay. I mean, if this would tell the woman.
You guys, females were not complaining when Omari was getting butt naked in Power. So you got to give us this.
Well, that was okay. These are very different things. That was a couple like trying to get from. That was actually part of the story though, because he was cheating and everything. It's different. Right. It's like if they were having sex, I mean, to the extent of like, hey, we're trying to get this back. When they were at odds and they were trying to reconcile, and it was like, okay, this is us reconciling, right? That would be something. But it's like she comes home, gets dick, leaves. She comes home, gets some dick, then leaves. And I'm like, this is how if they get kidnapped, they need to be part of the story. They need to be. But
I'm saying she came home this time in episode 7. There was no intercourse that occurred because they're at odds. So we're seeing how far they've come from episode 3 to episode 7.
So to Jamani's point, she did say it's getting harder because I'm happier, right? It's like it was easier when we were a mess. It was easier when I didn't know my kids, but it's harder for me to commit to the job when I'm doing so well with my husband, with my kids, and it's getting harder, but I still got a job to do, right? And they're still trying to put a woman in the role where usually it's a man when he's like, I'm putting duty above myself, like, and I have something bigger to take care of, and I'm doing it to save us or that kind of thing. And I think it just would make sense if the plot made sense. If it was truly a threat to America and if she was standing in the gap and she was then I could understand that. But this is a retribution attack. If this happens, it's just so America can be like, fuck you, China, because we think that you're working with the cartel to kidnap a senator and we never made no effort to follow up with the senator. Like, it doesn't make sense, is what I'm saying. Like, even if it all goes right, it just doesn't make sense. And now she's putting her family online for Kyle can handle this. And she can stay home for a couple months, but she ain't. She's gonna be.
I'm like, why are you going to stay inside of the base?
She's not. She will leave that base immediately. She will leave. She will be on the ground in Iran with a machine gun, knocking out like 4 or 5 bodies. She is not going to sit there and be like, "Oh, guy, I think I see something." It's Homeland, bro. Homeland, that bitch didn't listen to nothing. Carrie just kept on moving. You know what I'm saying? No matter what her boss said to her, she kept it moving. She's just the new. At least in Homeland, she progressed. Like, she became like chief of station at some point. Like, she progressed in her career. Like, it was that kind of stuff. So,
but Homeland, all right, she was unstable. She had bipolar. This emotional thing, I think, is more or less is that she can turn on the nurture when the nurturer at home, but she can't necessarily turn it off when she's back at work.
Oh, her always crying and shit.
Yeah, and yelling and all that. Like, she's just like it's like she's having like this mood swing because she can't switch it off like she used to before. No.
Because she's not acting in defense of anyone. When she's screaming at generals about them trying to help her, she's insecure at that point. Like, she's just trying to establish her dominance in a room. That ain't got nothing to do with her being a parent or at home, because she ain't like that at home for one.
I think she's saying that like what I'm doing, like the sacrifice that I'm making, I want it to be worth something and have a big part in whatever the mission or the agenda is. And if I'm just being sidelined, and don't have a real big part in this. What is it really worth me sacrificing all this time away from home? So I think that's a lot of her rage is, like you said earlier, about her ego.
I think you're trying to find a silver lining in it, and I respect that. I disagree. But I hear you. I hear you. So I don't know. Maybe she'll go to therapy and we'll figure this shit out. In season 3. I don't know.
That's what she needs. She needs therapy for sure. But
Right.
They all need therapy though. All of them. Because
that's the show in and of itself, like The Sopranos, like CIA agents going to therapy.
That could be a series. Let's just go.
But they do have psychologists and psychiatrists in the military, right?
Yeah, you can.
Go to a military psychiatrist.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be a civilian. So, I mean,
someone who understands that kind
someone
of thing,
who understands what's going on exactly. And then I'm sure that the military would have some form of family counseling, because I mean, without that, it's hard, right? Being a military family is hard, right? So I'm guessing they have that too. So I think that's what I'm hoping. That's what Taylor starts to show, because I mean, clearly something is going on with her, and something is definitely going on with Neil, and then the girls are just kind of in the middle of it, right? So so I think that's what they need to do, but we'll see what happens. If everybody wants to keep seeing Zoe's butt cheeks, okay.
Hey, those nice cheeks. I mean, if you be real. But I hear you. I hear, like, they're not necessary cheeks, not all the time. I'm saying I did when she punched Kyle, I did text Giovanni and I was like, they start fucking yet? Because that's the kind of energy that it makes him end up in bed. And I was like, oh, they didn't. I was surprised. But the series is not over yet. Like I feel like Kyle's gonna get it eventually. I feel strongly about it. Okay. I feel like it. Because I feel like
I'm like, weren't they when they were having their open marriage? Didn't she mess with him last season or something like that?
No. Kyle's already been a pain in her ass because like he's like no. It's still that rivalry like thing.
Because Kyle is always allowed to do whatever he wants, and she always gets pulled to the carpet. They always have to have a discussion with Morgan Freeman and I forgot the other guy's name. Like and the other, it's Byron, like four of them. Yeah. Yes, she always has to be pulled to the carpet, talk it out with them, and she feels like Kyle's not being treated that way at all. Like he just kind of does what he wants, and he does, but he gets the job done, and I think that's the key to it. Yeah,
I think that was just like Reasonable Doubt, isn't it? Like Jax is a bad lawyer, but yet she blames everything on her being a female.
Well, so to the point, like she shouldn't necessarily do that, but she starts to have like Kyle messed up a couple times last season, and they're like, hey, like he took her team and did that mission where they ran into the they had this kidnap, they had to free one of his sources from Border Patrol or DEA or something like that. And like they almost killed those U.S. agents. She's like, use my guys for this and da. So they always have a rivalry. I think over time, if they develop these characters, she's gonna see Kyle as at least you understand. Like I can't really talk to my husband about the bullshit we go through, but you understand. Like you've been there, and he's just a good looking like ass kicker right now. He really don't have like a backstory and that kind of thing, right? You know what I'm saying? He is like a Ken doll. So if they flushed him out as a person, and showed him some emotional side, I think she might be like, oh, he's not that bad of a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like if he comes up to the house and hangs out with the kids and that sort of thing, usually that's how they do it. Like we work hard, but we play hard and we play together, and they're kind of like family and that kind of thing. Would be kind of interesting. I love to see what Neil would say if he knew who Kyle was and how much time he spends with Joe. I would love to see that dynamic and that kind of thing. But come on, hey, we gotta wrap this up. All right, Giovanni. Final words.
Yeah, Kyle. I just wanted to bring up this funny thing from was it like first or second episode where he shows up and he shows the guy his badge and he's like, yeah, this is, I forgot what department. He was like, nah, you still won't be cleared to go. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong badge. Here goes the FBI badge. I was just like, yeah, and you can get away with having multiple badges. Like they just, yeah, call your boss.
I'll stand right here because his cover in America is that he's some kind of special access FBI agent. So he was like, so that was when he got to the senator's house and he was trying to get in, and he was like, yeah, like I said, this is wrong badge. Let me try this one. So like it was more like he's FBI because he can't be CIA. Anyway, I don't know if Taylor knows much about that, but it just sounds cool when they show up with badge carrying CIA agents or some silly shit. But anyway, anything else?
I'm excited for the next 3 episodes or so. I really don't know why any of these assets are anything. Like, it's basically like they just going on a military mission now. It's not like there's going to be any sort of finessing or, you got to get close to this person for this reason or what. Like, has that all just gone out the window at this point? Like,
yes, it was out the window as soon as they got to the dad's house. And Cruz still has not told Josephina that her job was to kill her if necessary. Like, that's before she got the draw. She should have been like, I was here to shadow you and maybe kill you. But that's I don't know. That's gonna come up.
But Joe could say, both of you are expendable, but I'm not.
Like, also true, as said by Byron. Yes, which is a compliment, I guess, to an extent.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm just along for the ride, and hopefully no more random Neil, surgeries, derived from Grey's Anatomy or something. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next week.
Thank you, Giovanni. I appreciate that. Boop. All right, Kim. Any final word?
Thank you so much, chat, for joining the conversation. We truly, truly appreciate it. We need you to please watch until the very end, and also we need you to hit the like button. Please also share the video with anyone and everyone. That is how we will be able to reach 2,500 subscribers by December 15th. Also, we're trying to get 500 views per video. So hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming. And again, we do appreciate you joining the conversation, and we will be back next weekend with some more videos. Thank you. Have a great week, guys. Bye.
Thanks, Kim. We got she could have stayed home for 2 days, but we wouldn't have a show if they did that. I would submit that they say stay home. Kyle goes on episode 8. He runs out episode 8. Episode 9, that's when Joe suits up and she's like, I'm taking this mission for America. And then like she flies out there to Iraq and that sort of thing. Just to act like she wants to keep her marriage together. She pissed me off this episode. Got to specify that. That part, I don't know what the mission is. It's just changed 150 times. I thought he was a stalker. I don't know what that man does. He's a lawyer. Kim says he's a lawyer. I don't know, but he's ride or die. He and Caitlin are together. So that's awesome. 2 couples working to meet each other's goals. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna ride the season out. Watch season 2. Is it gonna get a season 3? Do you want a season 3? Put that in the comments. Let us know what you think. Do you want us to review season 3? If they do one, I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. Have a great week, and we will see you on Saturday and do this stuff all over again. Till then. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching us in the chat.
I enjoy the view. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this. Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You'll be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
You want to go there?
Oh shit.
Stacey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just going to end this broadcast and say bye.